All right, Chinese kit time. What is this one? This one is a 12,589. I don't know, it's awful small. Let's get it off onto a tray. Okay. EQ kit. Let's see. There's out and ground, signal out, and there's 12 volts in ground, and then there's a phone out. One of these 3.5 millimeter jacks, and there's a phone volume. So why is there two outputs, and what does it do? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see, it's got 4 transistors. I don't know, let's build it, see what happens. Okay, it's fun building things, you have no idea what they do. Let's see here, so let's put down some resistors. Always put down the flat things first. This is a brown, black, yellow 100K. We have 3 of those. So 100K and 100K and 100K. Right. Let's bend the blades. Oh, where's my roll of solder? There it is. Oops. Took the dog to the vet this morning. He had a neutering done 2 weeks ago, and he's had his cone of shame on for 2 weeks, and he graduated today. He got his cone of shame taken off. So he is a happy dog again. Let's see, brown, black, green. Wow. 1 meggers. I think this afternoon I'll take him to the dog park. He can play with the other dogs. Although he's mostly interested in meeting other people. I was worried he was gonna complain about going to the vet, being scared to death to go back to the vet, but nope. He was very, very happy. He's got friends with the vet. I don't know what they do inside that place. They won't let you in because of the COVID problem, but he likes going there, so they must treat him right. He's about 7.5 months old now, I guess. A lot of debate about what age do you neuter your dog, but most people agree somewhere between 6 and 8 months. So that's what we did. All right, so I have one more resistor here. This looks like a 10K to me. I know what a 10K looks like from across the room. I got some viewers sending me things, so that's pretty cool. So I'll be showing some things that have been donated to the channel. That's great. I got approached to be a sponsor, you know, for certain companies, and I always turn them down. I don't want to have a sponsor. I always want to be able to say what I say, and I don't want to have to run ads. I'm not here to make money. I'm not here to be a YouTube superstar. I don't want the fame. I don't want any of that stuff. I just want to give back to the community and encourage people to go have fun. And I think electronics is fun. And encourage people to experiment and do, and you know, don't get hung up on theory so much. Build things, try things out. I have great enjoyment out of building things, repairing things. I think repairing things is my favorite thing to do. I love taking something that's broken and has been discarded and give it a new life. That just, somehow that really appeals to me. All right. What is this one? Looks like a 102. 104. Where's 102? 104. There's 102. Okay. I saw something on Craigslist the other day, and I tried to buy it, but it had already been sold with another HP power supply. Didn't really want it, but I thought it'd be good for the channel. I thought maybe I could give it away or do something, but it was already sold. Too bad. It was only 20 bucks. And the guy was a real, I won't use bad language on YouTube, but he was not a pleasant person. Anyway, so probably good that I didn't buy it from him. A lot of angry people in the world. I don't know if it's the lockdown. I don't know, people have gotten angrier, frustrated, I don't know what, but there are a lot of angry people in the world. It's really a shame. I am a happy person. I have always been a happy person. I can't imagine going through life always being angry. It doesn't make sense to me. Oh my goodness. Be happy. If something doesn't make you happy, just avoid it. And don't go out of your way to comment that you don't like something. If you don't like it, just tune out. Don't leave your comment as, I don't like that. You're not doing that right. Just tune out. Go someplace else. Oh well. Okay, 10 microfarads. 10, 10, 10, 10 to 10, this one. Let's see. 100. I love these tiny little 100 microfarad capacitors. What voltage are these things? Voltage, 16 volt. How can they make them so small? 16 volt, 100. I don't know, maybe they're no good. They're tiny. And one more. This one is a 10 at 25, another 10. Another 10. My best friend when I was growing up, his mother used to always tell us, his name was Bob. Say, Bob, people are no damn good. always thought she had kind of a pessimistic view of the world, but the older I get, yeah, she might have something there. People are no damn good. I still don't believe it. I find most people delightful. There are some idiots and there are also some bad people in the world, but for the most part, you know, people just want to have their life. They just want to have a career. They want to have kids. They just, you know, why else are we here? You know, procreate. You know, yeah. Some people get hung up on power and wealth. And, I don't know. I think be a good person. I think that's a good goal. Be a good person. Leave the world a better place. You know, one of my favorite sayings, and this has to do with leaving the world a better place. You know, there's a lot of people who came before us, and you hear the term standing on the shoulder of giants. You know, people have come before us to lead the way. But in keeping with that, one of my favorite quotes is, if you need a new idea, read an old book. And I found that to be so true. That, you know, a lot of times we think, you know, we're the first to do this or that, but we aren't. And there's a lot more that's forgotten than there is to be known. And sometimes you find out that there are a lot of ideas that were really, really valuable, and maybe it wasn't ready for them yet. Maybe it wasn't time for them yet. Or maybe it was valid for a particular thing, but it can be applied to something else, right? So maybe there's a really clever idea for the manufacturing process of buggy whips, and, you know, it's long since been forgotten, and that manufacturing process may be very valuable for making something else today, but we've forgotten. And you might read about the making of buggy whips in a book and say, wow, that's a really, really good idea. That makes it much simpler, right? People are very, these days, I think, I don't know, it's probably this way every generation, I don't know, but it seems like people are very quick to jump to complicated solutions to things, because the technology makes it easier and easier and easier to do complicated things. But sometimes simple is the best. And they don't take the time to figure out the simple way to do things. I remember talking to when I first started, I mean, I was I was probably like 21 years old or something. I remember talking to a mechanical engineer once, a really, really good mechanical engineer. He was designing something for me. I was doing the electronics, and he was doing the mechanism for, it's actually for the testing of LEDs. We were building this thing, and he came up with a mechanism that was quite simple. It grabbed an LED and made electrical contact to it, and then it put the LED in the right bin after it was figured out what type of LED it was. Anyway, it was a clever mechanism, and it was very simple. And he told me, he goes, it's sometimes very hard to get credit for good work, because if you do really, really, really good mechanical engineering, it ends up looking so simple, they wonder why it took you so long. Why did you spend so many hours in that thing? Why, why am I paying you the salary you're getting? That's just a super simple thing. And it's, it takes a very, very smart person with a lot of experience to come up with a simple way to do something. It's non-trivial. And some bosses just don't get that. What is this, an amplifier? Phone output jack. What if it's an input jack? And that's an output thing here. Signal out. I don't know what this does. I don't know what this does. Unless this does something. Maybe it's an oscillator, and then you can either output it on either one. I don't know. I don't know. I'll find out. Somebody commented the other day that I don't know how to solder. I found that very hilarious. Sometimes the comments just, even negative comments, sometimes really give me a good day. How hilarious is that? I'm sure I've soldered 1,000,000 times more solder connections than he ever has. Okay, I should show that there's a video. I think it's a video, or it's just a training document. It's a document on how the aerospace industry or NASA, I don't remember, it might have been NASA or it might have been the aerospace industry, how they forced people how to solder. And it's amazing. It's amazing. So each post and each wire has to be just the right length and wrapped around, not 270 degrees, but somewhere between 180 and 270 degrees, just the right amount. And then you can't solder like I do. Every single time before you solder, you have to cut the end of the solder off. So you expose the flux. Every single time you have to snip a little bit of solder off so that the flux is right there at the edge, ready to be wetted. And every single time. And then the solder, so if this is the thing you're soldering to and this is the wire, the fillet of solder can't go over the top. It has to have a certain radius, and after it's done, you should be able to peel the wire off. It's totally nuts. If you had to solder that way all day long, oh, that would drive me insane. But what they're looking for is the minimum amount of solder to get the job done, because it has to fly. It has to be very, very light, and solder is heavy. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. Anyway, yes, there might be a different way to solder, but let's see. Well, it says 12 volts, so I guess we'll put in 12 volts and see if it does anything. I'm resisting the urge to go look it up and figure out what it does. So let's not do that. Let me put a couple clippings off in these posts here so I can make electrical contact to it. The guy who commented on my soldering technique also told me I had a messy bench. He's never seen Jim Williams' bench, has he? So Jim Williams is like the quintessential electrical engineer of all electrical engineers in all of time. And his bench is absolutely incredible. It's like 3 feet deep in resistors and capacitors and everything imaginable. It's just this big, huge pile. But he never has to go to the stockroom. It's great when he prototypes things. He goes, "Let's see, I need a resistor here." And he digs around his bench, and somewhere on his bench he finds the right one. Oh, it's great. It was great. I liked him. I liked him, and I liked Bob Pease. I've met Bob Pease before. I never met Jim, but they're both dead now. But yeah, Bob Pease was a character too. Him and his Volkswagen. Yeah, he was a good guy. They were both very smart. Very smart. Come to electrical analog design. They're very good at analog design. All right. Well, let's see. Let's get 12 volts here, and we will put 12 volts on this thing and see what it does. Okay, well, there's no LED that lights up, so it's not doing anything. So there's a signal out. So let me turn on the oscilloscope here and let's see if there's a signal out. I modified my probe the other day. I've always been fighting about whether I want the crocodile clip, which I really hate these things, right? They're really hard on your fingers to open up and close, right? And so I attached a little Pomona grabber on it, so I've got both now. I can either grab this or I can use the Pomona, and I usually use the Pomona, so should have done that a long time ago. All right, so we'll put that there on the ground. My clip is bent. Let me unbend my clip so it grabs better. Just got bent something. Still not grabbing small things. Oh. Huh. Okay, that's better. Let's probe the output. Ooh, there is something there. Okay. Oh, let me loosen the camera here. Let's look over here. Can you see that? I think my yellow, I'll move that. My yellow tray is there, and here's the output. So it's doing something. Ah, looks like a noise source. Looks like a very complicated noise source. Yeah, maybe I built one of these before. I built a noise source before. I don't think it looked like this. I think it looked different. Well, anyway, another noise source. Once again, a white noise source. So I guess the phono jack is so that you can stick it in your ears and fall asleep at night. You know, it's like the running water, the ocean waves, whatever. People like white noise. Not pink noise, white noise. I forget which is which. One is constant with frequency and one's, I forget now. Anyway, this one's clipping though. I think the other one clipped too, the other one I built, so noise source. Okay, let's see if it works. This is its intended purpose. Let's put some headphones in. And, oh, I hear it. I hear it. Do you hear it? I'll hold up the microphone. There you go. And I can adjust the volume here. Oh, there we go. Make it soft. Make it really loud. Oh, all right. And it goes into heavy metal. Nice. Distortion. Starts to clip. Anyway, there you go. Yes, it's a white noise generator. I probably built all one of these. Probably back on my old videos. It's hard to keep track now that I have so many videos of what I've done and what I haven't done. But I may have built one of these before. I'm not sure. It doesn't look quite familiar though. I don't remember one with a volume knob on it, but maybe. Anyway, so do I recommend it? Yes. It's high quality. Very easy to build. Nice PC board. Nice components. You don't need a schematic. It just goes. Probably helps to know what it is before you start putting it together instead of after the fact, but that's no fun. But yeah, I recommend it. It's probably like $3, $2.50, something like that. So it does something, right? It doesn't come with earphones, but I think everybody has earphones these days. And yeah, so 12 volts in and white noise out, and yeah, there you go. It was fun.